Hey all, thanks very much for joining us in another video. So this video, I'm here this evening. I'm just getting ready for putting up a pen for the shearing. You may have noticed in some of the other videos the pens that we had up the last few years for shearing that got a bit of hardship for fixing up the sheep in and that. And a lot like a lot of sheep farmers, a lot of our ground is rented. So this is rented ground. It's a permanent pen in the sense that it's not going to come down anytime soon, but it's not a permanent pen in the sense that it'll be left here if we ever have to move. So I've just come this evening. I want to measure out what I have to do, try and get in my mind so that when I come tomorrow to start working on the pen, that I know what I want to do. The boards that I'm going to use are all old boards. I got them a good few years ago. A person wanted to get rid of the decking out of the house. That's the boards I'm going to use. I have stakes. So the pen that we use other years for the shearing, it just, I got a lot of hardship last year with it, you know, and getting the hours into it for shearing and getting the hours into it for the scanning and that the sheep just stopped going into the pen for a reason. So the plan is this year to leave that as the footbacks. They went through it the last days, the footback fairly handy, and now probably tomorrow we'll footback them as well, but just to leave it nice and handy. So the stakes will be new, gates will be second hand, the boards will be second hand, everything, the nails will be new. So I suppose like the point of the video is that like sheep trade is good and everything is going well in the sheep to a degree, but we can't fork out money on everything, you know, like a lot of lads are working and things like that, so it's hard to get everything done. So I'm just going, it's kind of an example for people that, you know, it's all right seeing these things that you're spending big money on and handling units here and handling units there. Not every farmer can do that, and every farmer can afford to do that, you know. So this kind of pen, it gives you an idea. If you keep an eye on those Facebook groups and where you can pick up bits of timber and bits of boards and stuff, you can use them for yourself and make something that's okay. It may not be state of the art, but for using for loading, shearing and scanning, it could be very, very handy. So that's what I'm going to try and do today, or sorry, tomorrow when I get into it. And so hopefully it's interesting, and say thanks everyone for joining us and subscribing. So I'm just going to show you a lovely wet evening. So Belle's here with me as usual. So we'll get the trailer unloaded and get it set up, and then we'll hopefully get out of here. So here we are now, the pen is finished, and we've a few ewes, lambs in for foot batting. So we've 3 pens set up. So you have the main holding pen there, we've a holding pen in the original pen as well, and we have this pen here which we can use for fixing up sheep if we need to be, and then we have this bit here. So what happened last year was, when the sheep were coming out of the race and all up above them, got hardship was they were jumping out over the pen and different problems. So this year the shearer will be able to pull in, try to pass into this point, the gate will open back down, and we've two light gates then to let the sheep out into the pen, and we'll have a more controlled setup hopefully, and it should lead to a little bit more easier shearing. And then we have the pen for loading sheep, we have the pen for scanning, which we didn't have over the years because we had to change things, and then this the pen then for small loading pen here as well, just to we can let the owls straight down and in, bring over a mobile gate. So we're just going to run these guys through the foot bath, and we're going to put them onto a fresh field when we're here today, because you may have noticed in some of the first videos I done, some of the owls were not, there were a couple of lame owls in it. So every time now we have the sheep in, we're going to try and foot bath them and fix them up, try and get on top of these things if possible. And they go through it okay, but they're not as good as the orange owls and the mules we're going through. They will go through it. Once they get used to it, easy there, just cold. That's it. And the bit of wire that's out there, we took it up last night, it was in the way. I didn't realise I picked up a lump of clay with it, and oh lads, I can't lift it, so I'm going to wait till I bring the tractor back. Swales. In general, I'm not overly fond of the fishing. I'll do it. So one of the jobs we have to do now in a short while is to change that gate down there. It was made narrow because we didn't want the owls charged in it, and just done it made it too narrow, so we'll have to readjust it. So now they can get out. I'm not bothered with them coming. Just the last few going through. Yeah, they'll hardly find the gate themselves, will they? That's the question. Well, Bob is ready. He's ready for action. Away, Bob. Good lad, good dog. And his belt being an absolute nuisance. But if the owls figure out the gate's open, that won't matter. Right, girl, Bell. Oh, you're dynamite, aren't you? Oh, work Trojan. And the owls now have figured out the gate's open, so they're gone. Sit, Bob! Sit! So while there's no better grass on it, it is nice and fresh for them. So it's just a fresh do now for them for a week, maybe 10 days. So that's today's video. Thank you all very much for watching and joining us, and chat to you all very soon. Don't forget to tell your friends and subscribe.